Hi Sushmita, this is Ruchi from She the People.
Hi Ruchi, lovely to be here.
Thank you so much. We are so excited about your upcoming show.
Thank
and
you.
We are bursting with questions to ask you and know a little more.
Please.
When you first signed Tali on Geo Cinemas, how important was it to you that you not just embody Sri Gauri's personality correctly, but also become a messenger of change and impact?
Well, we actually hoped for all of the above. But I think at the very core of agreeing to do Thali was to become a voice for people. That, you see, one of the things, it's not about how great an actor one is or how much body of work you have embodied over the years. In this particular case, it was more about the fact that I'm blessed to be loved by people unconditionally for years now. And I wanted to use that as a medium to take that love and to channelize it towards the transgender community and to be able to be that voice. It took a lot of preparation, both emotional, mental, physical, a lot of it. But finally, when we got on sets with the astonishingly talented cast and crew,
Yes.
Without which really you cannot make anything, any creative endeavor, without a fantastic team is not possible. So yeah, it was just from there, it was 42 days and it was just non-stop a journey of celebration, of finally getting to interact with the community, to get them to be a part of it, to hear their stories, to imbibe them in the series, to try and get as vocal about it as possible. It was an emotional journey. Doing Tali was an emotional journey.
Yes. Sushmita, you fought your way and challenged the system to become a mom. How did that process change you as a being? And decades later, has your perception of motherhood changed?
Oh no, it's only evolved. Perception of motherhood is just that. It's a perception. Once you become a mom, you are a mom.
Yes.
So you know. There is a lot of romance attached to it before you have the baby.
Yes.
Because, you know, you've heard stories about being a mother and what it entails. And then the practicality sets in of actually raising them. And day-to-day struggles of making ends meet on so many different factors. So I think the romance has been probably the longest in my life. It's been a journey of a lot of soul stirring at times, a lot of learning. As my children grew up, I grew up with them. So it's been a very gratifying journey. And I think that I had to fight to have that in my life to begin with, makes it so much more worthwhile.
Oh, how nice. As they say, the parent is born when the child is born.
Yes.
They don't exist before that.
That is true.
As someone who lives on her own terms, we've noticed you've chosen always to sign projects that challenge you instead of following the norm.
Yes.
How impactful do you think today's cinema is when it comes to representation of women issues, as it was when you started out?
Well, women issues are very, very complex. They cannot just be highlighted in a film as many women as there are and as many social structures that they exist within. Their stories are similar and yet so different. The experiences are so different. So to be able to tell those stories would take us many generations. And each time it will have a whole new flavor. But I do feel like women are much more vocal today. So their stories have also got a voice, which, given that I'm a 90s kid and a 90s actor, I did not see that being the case then at all. Now is when it's a great time to not only be an actor, it's a great time to be a woman also.
That's true. That is well said. It's great to see you up and about after your recent health scare.
Yeah.
statistics show that women in India fail to prioritize their health for umpteen reasons.
True.
As someone who's always been vocal about your challenges and your triumphs, how important it is, according to you, for us to bring women's health to the forefront now?
Oh, I think it was always very important.
Yes.
And also, that to be a good woman, that idea of being a good woman, a good wife, a good mother, a good daughter, a good, I think it's taken a toll on a human level for women to just be individuals who have their own needs, and that need does not encompass being good all the time. So if we chase these perceptions, which passes down from generation to generation, my mother told me that, and then I told my kids that, and they told their kids that. The definition of how we look at our lives as women is very, very limited to a theory rather than what is practically happening to us. And I think that does take a toll eventually. And I think in my case, it's a genetic condition. My father's a heart patient, my mom's had a heart condition. So at some point it was expected. But it also kind of tells me that it's time to focus, bring the focus back. Because while the doctors are telling me it's all genetic and this could have been the reason and all of that, I know that somewhere I have been not looking after myself, and it's been a good wake-up call. And that wake-up call, I think we women get all the time. It doesn't have to be something as severe as a heart attack, but we get that. We have all sorts of conditions, and I find that if you look around you now, suddenly there is an influx of autoimmune diseases.
Yes.
And women have it.
Yeah.
All over the world. And that, if you just is equal to, is that we have forgotten to look after ourselves.
That's true. Yes. So, how do you now as a parent instill the values of self-care amongst your children, whether it comes to, mental health or menstruation and so on and so forth?
Oh, so I'm like that, blessed. The environment that my girls have grown up in, there is no conversation out of reach. Nahi, bacche ke samne mat bolo doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. So they are pretty much not only aware of everything, but they are also participating in conversations. Sometimes my younger one speaks like she's 85, so then you have to correct her that you have time to be 85. So, but other than that, experience it and talk about it is the motto. Don't just talk about it, experience it, and then you can talk about it, because then it's your experience rather than what is being said. So they have that already innately in them.
Which is a change that wasn't there, like you said, in the 90s kids. We didn't discuss.
I didn't come from an environment like that, but I made sure that my children have that. And I think that their children will have it too, because they are made like that. They're completely all for being independent and having an opinion. And opinion based on awareness, not just hearsay.
Sushmita, you inspire a lot of people with your resilience. You returned to Tali shortly after your surgery. The show is a larger narrative of the same resilience that Gauri's shown, as an activist and as a mother. What are some of the things the producers and makers of the show really want the audience to get back, from the show?
So, that I have had resilience in my life is true. But if you were to put that resilience directly in comparison with a Gauri Sawant, mine is nothing. I say that with complete awareness of the amount that she has gone through. You, me, we have the world's against us. we're being judged right, left, and center. But there is a father who loves me, or a mother who cares, or an uncle, or an aunt, or a friend, somebody. To be a Gauri Sawant, you have to imagine having no one. And then for you to decide to make a difference in other people's lives when you have had nothing, with nothing to build what she has. That's the kind of resilience I can only hope to have in a lifetime.
It's like one-way love.
Yeah. And to do it irrespective of gali or tali, just doing it. She is a nurturer. When you meet her, you realize it's inbuilt. She has it. So that someone from her community called her Amma doesn't surprise me, because she's like that in real life. That she cares for children that nobody wants. It doesn't have to be eunuch kids.
Yes.
It's sex workers' children, HIV positive patients' children. And she takes them home because there's no other place. That kind of large-heartedness, that's what the platform needed for the world to see. Not what you see on Google, not what you see on YouTube. That's already there.
Yeah.
There's also a projection of a very powerful being called Gauri Sawant. But if you don't know her vulnerability, the people around her that made a difference, that helped her, or that triggered a change in her, then you don't get to know this person. So we wanted very much to tell a very simple story of a magnificent human being, not of a transgender human being. That's already the obvious. Everything that is the obvious, we've tried to stay away from. This has been about her personal victory. And yes,
of course, victory of many.
Big and by far the huge victory for everyone else,
yes.
For the third gender at large. But what makes this person do what she does? And so we may not have been able to capture all of it, but whatever we could was with an attempt to reach as many masses as we could, so that they could suddenly just stop and say, यार इसके बारे में पता नहीं था, इनके साथ ऐसा भी हुआ, इनके पास बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट नहीं तो मतलब जिंदा ही नहीं थे ये, मतलब ये पढ़ लिख नहीं सकते थे, इनके घर वालों ने ऐसे छोड़ दिया इन्हें because of pressure of society. What is that doing? It's starting a conversation. And if that conversation starts, someone will take it forward.
Yes.
That was our intent.
Amazing. Sushmita, can you talk about ageism? How can society break barriers around women getting older?
I don't think they can. It's just a fun topic. I think they just enjoy it way too much to get rid of it.
Let it go.
I think the only thing we as women have to learn is how to laugh at it. That's all. If you know how to laugh at it, the joke's on them.
What are some of your ambitions that you're still waiting to or looking forward to fulfill?
Lots. Like the fact that I just came out of a beautiful heart attack that allowed me another lease to life is because I have lots to do. Otherwise, the intensity of what I experienced should have taken me. But it didn't. And that tells me volumes about how much I have to finish. But yes, I do know that whatever it is that I have to fulfill yet has got to do with a much larger consciousness. Because my life, as it has always been, has been very good. But maybe I haven't done enough yet to be able to bid adieu to life itself. There is a lot to do.
So we're so glad to see you, like so healthy and charming here. What is the one chore that you hate to do?
One chore?
Yeah.
Oh, there are plenty actually. Sorting out makeup, I don't like.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a person who has to be paid to put on makeup. Okay. Like if I have makeup on, I've probably been paid to do it.
All right.
Yeah. So this, for me, just skin, dark glasses, lipstick, and I'm done. This is how I like to be. I also don't like to do I travel a lot. I don't like to pack.
You don't like to pack?
No.
Oh, both your chores are very essential in your...
Yeah. I don't like to
Right.
pack, but I love to travel.
Travel.
And when I get there to that location, I want everything that I wanted to be there, which means I should have packed it.
That's right.
So it's a catch-22. So yeah, these kind of things I don't like to do, but the problem is I don't also like anyone else doing it for me. So I like to do things. They both involve packing.
Yeah, and they both involve very important aspects as an actor.
Exactly.
Fair.
Yeah.
What's the one stereotype that you would like the society to just let go? Like, we've had it for too long. Just let go of a stereotype. You have something that comes to your mind?
Wow, that's a great. There are too many. Oof. The idea that you have to achieve something to become important or successful. It's a घिसा-पिटा concept. Generations keep telling everybody, doctor ban ja, engineer ban ja, ye kar le, wo kar le, you know. Otherwise, you're not important. I disagree with that. I think that a lot of people in today's world go through some form of depression because they have not come to love their lives just being alive. They need to be someone or something or have the society's acceptance to be alive. I wish that would go away.
We need to focus on it's okay to be average in everything you do, and because as long as you're sort of balanced.
You don't have to bring it down to average and beyond average and below average. It's enough to be you, and that you are here. There will be a purpose, and the purpose will reveal itself when it's time. Until then, one step at a time, chin up and keep moving forward.